Back in 2019, a friend and I were browsing through the trash heap that is Amazon Prime, expecting like usual to find nothing but shit, when somehow we struck gold. It's here that I saw this face for the first time. Bret Michaels, the lead singer of 80s glam metal band Poison, and a sort of blend between Axl Rose and Chris Lilly. I must admit, I wasn't familiar with Poison before discovering this show, and so I had no idea about the size of their fan base, and in particular the amount of female fans that apparently still lusted after their frontman when they seemed to be so far past their peak.
I want to fuck Bret Michaels, and I'm not afraid of it. I'm gonna get me some rocker ass. Hopefully I can make him my bitch.
Not to be confused with its more famous and crack-addicted older brother, Flavor of Love.
I'm on the billboard! I'm on the billboard! I'm on the billboard, baby!
Rock of Love was an American reality television dating game show where 25 lucky women were selected to fly out to California, stay in a mansion with Bret Michaels, and compete for his undying love and affection. In spite of all of its morally and ethically less than acceptable moments,
they've got no pass, they've got no bed, they're probably gonna sleep in the bathtub at this point.
Constant objectification of women,
the heaving, well-implanted breasts,
and the borderline subhuman attitude Bret and the producers display to those deemed not to be attractive or intelligent enough.
Hey John, can you grab me that other lens?
The show is a sadistic roller coaster of the most disgusting, entertaining, downright deplorable highs and lows.
Currently I have this big, beautiful ranch out in the desert. Got a pool big enough to kayak in, got a motocross track, private recording studio.
Never one to gloat, Michaels introduces himself to the unenlightened among us as a hard-rocking, hard-partying father of two.
Right now I have my two beautiful daughters who live with me, Rain and Georgia.
Who has decided in his mid-40s, when he's not selling over 50 million albums worldwide or riding on the bang bus,
I had crazy, wild rock and roll bus sex.
He really just wants to find love. And with the money and resources of VH1 and his best buddy Big John, maybe he can finally find it.
So when VH1 offered me this opportunity to meet 25 of the most beautiful women in the world, I couldn't refuse. And I know, deep in my heart, deep in my soul, and deep in my loins, that one of these 25 women is gonna be the one for me. This girl's gotta be hot, she's gotta be cool, she's gotta be sexy, she's gotta deal with the insanity, but she's gotta know rock and roll is my one big love. Jesus! What I'm trying to say is, rock and roll is an insatiable bitch goddess, but I love her, and I'm just looking for that one woman in my life to participate in that threesome.
I'm very sexy, seductive, and these girls have nothing on me.
Miss Hooters of Illinois.
One of my favorite songs was Every Thorn Has Its Rose.
Here, like my dream. I'm standing in front of Bret Michaels. This is like the thing I've been waiting for my whole life.
When you found out that it was Bret, were you very familiar with Poison? Were you excited it was him? Were you indifferent?
I think really indifferent. I didn't really know Poison that much, so obviously knew who he was, but I didn't really care. He's amazing. He looks so hot.
Listen, I want to thank you all for being here, coming here. I've been looking forward to doing this. I've never seen 25 more beautiful women in one place in my life.
25 of the most hottest women I'd ever seen.
With the first episode, obviously the producers needed to find some way to make this show stand out from its contemporaries, and how else could that possibly be done in 2000s reality television, if not through exploitation? Prepare yourselves to meet a man that looks and sounds like Thanos in a skin suit, bringing with him a twist to lay the groundwork for just how degrading of an experience this will be for these women.
My best friends, our head of security right now, Mr. Big John. How about a big hoorah, Marine? John, this is good news, right? This is a good time, good time.
I introduced these beautiful women to Big John, and I let Big John do what Big John does.
So my first impression of Big John was, wow, this guy is big.
I don't want to immediately call him creepy or unsettling, but he's quite an intimidating presence.
Ladies, as Bret said, I am his head of security as well as his friend. Therefore, his best interests are my best interests. No one enters Bret's room unannounced. 2, please don't touch the guitars. And 3, please don't puke in the jacuzzi, because I'm the one that's got to clean it. What's your name?
Meredith.
Meredith? Meredith, I need you to hang tight for a second. We are going to have some fun. Tiffany, I need you to hang tight for 1 second, please.
Big John, he starts picking out girls.
Immediately, there was something different about these women he was picking out. They were definitely older than most of what looked like women in their early 20s or late teens, but there was something more to it than that.
Me?
Yes.
Kim.
You need you to hang tight for 1 second, please.
And then a thought occurred to me. Surely they wouldn't fly these women out to be on a show just to immediately humiliate them, because they're not sexy enough for Bret, would they?
The rest of you girls, make yourselves comfortable. Head on in the house.
I didn't know what was going on. I thought, hey, I got a VIP pass or something. It made me feel awesome. I was excited.
All right, ladies. As you know, backstage access is not always granted. Therefore, I'm afraid to tell you, your tour ends here. Your bags are at the top of the driveway. Thank you for coming.
I can't begin to express the embarrassment that I assume these women must feel.
I think this is shit. We didn't even get to meet him.
They probably didn't deserve to be publicly humiliated quite like this, and the same goes for most of the women in the show.
What Big John did, I thought it was very mean. It came all the way from Chicago to come here and to be humiliated. That's what I feel like, basically.
Maybe I'm being a bit too sympathetic, although I'm sure they didn't expect to be sent home right away based solely on their looks, despite obviously already going through a rigorous selection process to get to this point. A good amount of these women are clearly naive and probably very vulnerable to this kind of exposure, which, combined with their supposed attraction for Bret, is exactly why they were picked. To be exploited.
But this is what I'm here to do. It's to find one true love.
The thing is, one of the girls Big John eliminated decides, or probably she was so intoxicated that the producers decided for her, she's not going anywhere.
Hello?
But I'm a big fan of his. I had a hat made. I came here all the way from Chicago.
There's literally nowhere for you to sleep.
I'll sleep in the bathroom. I'll sleep in the kitchen. I don't care. I had a hat made. I'll do anything. Anything.
Get your bags.
Tiffany's in the house!
So Tiffany gets let back into the house, and it's heavily implied that she gave Big John a blowjob to do
What
it.
did she do? Suck someone's dick to get back in? Everybody like searched and ran for the bar, and we all just started cracking open champagne, beer, I mean, whatever you could find yourself to drink. Cheers, everybody! Nice to meet everybody to the Rock Club. Here's the bread.
The women deemed young and attractive enough to make it inside have no issues immediately making themselves right at home in this $9 million mansion.
When I was listening to the drums, I was like, this sucks.
I think there are only 2 girls in the house with natural boobs. They have the gummy bear boobs now.
That's what I got.
Can I touch them?
Yeah, go ahead.
We then get some deeply insightful conversation from these women about their similarities and differences.
I like it. I'm a big advocate of implants and plastic surgery. To see girls have it, that's cool. They feel great, but as a comparison, they're not jelly. I love my boobs. They are the best birthday present I got from my parents last year.
Hey, Bret!
Hello, everybody. God, he's like the hottest rock star ever. Yeah, I want that.
What we're gonna do is get pictures with everybody, right?
I would like to shoot them because it helps me to look at their faces and their personalities.
2 things you'll learn quickly about Bret Michaels are he loves and appreciates women's bodies.
She tries to flex those muscles, look a little bit more manly for Bret. I'm sure he likes that.
Give me a kiss and you're on your way.
And he's extremely horny.
Oh, that's good. That was really good.
I'm feeling extremely horny, and I'm telling you, I'm ready to explode.
John, I'll be back in a minute. Hold on a second.
Bret constantly gets erections throughout sequences like this, and from some of the sounds that he's making, maybe even more than that.
Magdalena had the most cleanly shaven, smooth, hot run all the way up to her ass. It was wonderful and beautiful.
Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you, God.
I'm feeling extremely horny, and I'm telling you, I'm ready to explode.
Baby, give me nothing but sex, all right?
What is your name?
Would you like me to remind you?
Yes.
Tiffany just starts slobbering all over his face, and I'm getting grossed out. I really don't want to taste her nasty saliva because I don't know where that girl's been.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to shoot from this angle now. Oh, yeah, here we go.
When I looked at Tiffany, there was part of her that said, just make love to me right now.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
And then there was a part of her that said, I'm on a lot of chemicals right now. Strange, but it just kind of turned me on.
Make this good and sexy.
While some of them were obviously put here just to be exploited and laughed at,
Hey, John, can you grab me that other lamp?
others seem more than happy to exploit themselves.
All right, here we go.
Heather the whore. She's a 32-year-old stripper flashing her tits on TV.
That's rock and roll right there. This is what I'm here to do. It's to find one true love.
Contest is over. Thank you. I'm gonna need a cold shower after that.
After the photo shoot, Bret decides to grace the girls with his presence for the rest of the night, and they immediately swarm like children, quite literally throwing themselves at him.
I got plenty of room.
Come on in. I won't break your knee.
No, you come in here. I can handle it.
I haven't been on a lot of dates. I've either had crazy, wild rock and roll bus sex, or I've been in long, committed relationships.
I have a question for you.
Sure, go ahead.
What's your goal in all of this?
You're on the road and it's a crazy lifestyle, and it has absolutely been a kick-ass ride. But now I want to get away from the craziness and the partyiness. I'm looking for that special someone.
I'm a pretty lucky guy, and I know most guys would kill to be here right now.
Right.
But you don't want to go through the rest of your life, and you don't got no bump going on.
This much communication was a lot of work for me.
While some of them actually seem to be handling themselves with a degree of self-respect and remembering that they are on television, Bret proves time and time again that he's just a pretty awkward guy and doesn't really know how to respond to this kind of conversation.
Right. I was thinking to myself, Tamara, you're beautiful, and you're staring at me, or through me, possibly, I'm not really sure which, but I'm thinking, are you understanding the words coming out of my mouth? And then I got worried. But then I looked at her body and I wasn't worried anymore. You got sexy feet, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
I had to beat on a fucking log or send smoke signals.
Well, you gonna come down? You wanna hang?
I'm like, Bret, girl.
Okay.
So busy looking at the physical components of me that they're, too busy to look at the mental, the intellectual aspects. You had a stable home. I never really did. My mom was very abusive. My father was a loving guy. I want somebody who appreciates me for more than just my physical aspects, but for my intelligence, for my mind.
Right.
And you do have a beautiful ass.
I'm basic girl next door, nice girl, friends with everybody. I guess I'm that Jessica Simpson knockoff.
She was so dumb. She was just kind of spaced out that it was kind of like she really wasn't even there.
My mom was married like 3 times, and yeah. Like
Just tell me. Tell me. It's okay. I'm trying to listen to you, but I know you're talking
okay, I'm here. I think I did make a good impression.
Many of the girls actually don't really seem to care about getting to know Bret and just continue to drink as much as possible.
I'm Tiffany, I'm alcoholic.
Ain't no booty like stuff side booty.
Ain't bitch no bad enough to step front in my face. So embarrassed.
How do you do that? Are you saying we could do that?
You ain't shit. You ain't shit.
Thing is, Tiffany is not exactly in the best state to be filmed and on television, and her behaviour only gets worse. Much worse.
I'm going, what the hell?
You love me, bitch.
Love you, bitch. She's sloppy.
Nigga, what?
Hey, that's not a nice word.
Oh, yeah, it is. Now what?
Surprisingly, nobody in this room assaults Tiffany.
I think you should throw your drink in her face and get it over with. Don't threaten me with a good time.
I think that Tiffany is incredibly drunk. She looks 50. I really have no problem with her being here. As long as she stays the fuck out of my face, things will be fine.
No, here's what I'm not gonna do. Here's what I'm not gonna do.
Somebody needs to call security because I'm about to fuck that bitch up.
I brought you back in here. I told you not to make me regret it. Now don't.
She just continues to go on embarrassing herself while we cut to Bret using his limited mind to get to know the different girls. The only way he knows how.
She is an absolutely stunning girl. I mean, she is tight. You know, everything about her was sexy. This girl's pretty damn hot, and I needed to get to know her. I needed to find out a little bit more about her. She had a ton of tattoos on her, which I thought were really sexy. When I saw this girl, I just thought completely hot, nasty rock and roll sex. I thought, what's going on?
I am Scorpio, so I'm ruled by my genitals.
She was heaven and hell in one body.
One of Bret's other great loves is, of course, himself.
I didn't Google you because
Gotcha.
I'd rather know who you are.
You got 2 beautiful daughters.
Got a pool big enough to kayak in. Got a motocross track.
Wow, that is awesome.
I used to be paralyzed.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Like paraplegic?
Paralyzed. I used to be in a wheelchair.
I was a platform diver and I broke my feet, so it paralyzed me for about 2 years. So I had to struggle to learn how to walk again, and then I had cancer.
I've been juvenile diabetic, right? I take 4 shots a day since I've been 6 years old, right?
Wow.
Yeah. And you know what's great about it is it makes me a stronger person.
When Bret grabbed my hand, it was like I could feel him in my soul through the hand.
If there's a girl that's, you know, if she's on your lap, if she's, you know, flirting with you, kissing your neck, whatever, that's okay. I have no reason to be upset.
Right. Lacey stepped out immediately. That's what I'm looking for. This rocks. With women like this in the house, we are going to have the most awesome, kick-ass time.
What's going on up there?
And then, once again, the children swarm.
I'm just getting to know them. You're going to be my crazy party girl, aren't you?
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Uh-huh.
You know, we just kept talking and ignored it.
No, it does matter. You promised me. That's not fair.
They would pull you in sort of groups. Like all of a sudden there'd be 2, yank you one way, then 3 the other, then 2 the other. Man, they're just yanking me around like a football. Much better for me in conversation. All right, baby, here's what we got to do, because it's going to go really bad. She just wants to get it on.
It's fine. It's fine.
Is that my belt buckle or what's going on?
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Oh!
Tiffany was kind of turning me on a little bit, yet I had a feeling she may also try to kill me.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow!
Couldn't get her off of me. It almost became brutal, to be honest. She beat my penis to a pulp, and it was a dry beating.
Bret decides things are getting a little too wild with some of the girls, and afraid for his safety, certainly not for the last time, he goes looking for Big John. With Bret out of the way, everyone goes in on Tiffany. Does she really deserve it? Who knows?
I'm not a man.
After what she's been saying and doing, it's pretty hard to argue against Tiffany deserving all of this. Obviously, this is what the producers, or apparently Big John, wanted when they threw her back in the house.
No, she asked you a question. I think everyone wants to know why you're here, Tiffany.
Why wouldn't I?
What are you fighting for?
What am I fighting for? My daughter. That's who I live for.
If you're so concerned about your daughter, why are you here?
What would you want me to be here for?
Her main line was, I'm here for my daughter, and I just found that to be very strange. Get over it. Be a big girl.
Get over
Be a big girl. Be a big girl.
I'm a big girl.
This is drunk tears right now. This is not like
Sorry. Fuck you. Yo, shut the fuck up.
You either fix your problem, or I'll make sure you go.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Problems are like
That's
assholes.
what I needed.
Everybody's got them and they stink.
That's what I needed.
So we either fix them or you're bouncing. I ain't gonna have it. Don't make me regret it.
Big John, I would have killed the bitch. I swear to God, I would have.
We're not gonna go there. We're not gonna be sluts about it. I decided to go and put on Christia's pink bikini, which doesn't fit very well. Hi, those are my boobs.
Yeah, you're talking. Fabulous, by the way.
Sorry, I was checking to use it. Got to sit next to him finally.
The heaving, well-implanted breasts caught my eye immediately, and I knew that we were going to have a strong spiritual relationship.
I fucked you over
You know
3
what?
times.
I've learned already 3 times that you're not very good at promises.
No, I'm not. That's probably why I'm single.
The disgusting thing about this is not necessarily the age difference between them, but as we've seen, this girl is a child, and I'm not saying Bret Michaels was or ever will be a grown-up person, but she has the brain of a spoiled 14-year-old girl.
She would allow me to have herself and 3 other wives and or girlfriends as long as she was the lead girlfriend, which I thought was great.
And after just a few hours with their would-be husband, the girls all get ready for their very first elimination. Some of them seem legitimately nervous, and some of them are just incredibly drunk.
It's just not fair. It's not fair.
Now at this point, it felt pretty obvious who the first person to go home would be.
Ain't no thing but chicken wings.
Except this is a reality TV show in the pre-2010 era, and when someone can be exploited for the sake of entertainment, who really knows?
Because she's too manly, I'm scared I'm gonna get fucking beat up. And Tiffany, because she's a crackhead.
She's a sloppy mess, and she doesn't deserve to be.
So Bret gives the lucky girls their VIP passes, one by one. Some he asks to stay from what he calls genuine connection.
This girl, tonight, you got a heart and soul that I absolutely fell in love with, and a super hot body. Would you stay here in this house with us? Well, when I say us, not so much John, but me. John's my buddy, but he ain't that kind of buddy, right? Will you stay here in this house with me? Would you rock my world?
I'd be honored. Thank you.
Dude, if you pick me, I'm gonna feel like you're actually comparing me to a rodeo. And I know, man.
Some he clearly hasn't even spoken
Beautiful
to.
young girl to have lovely, hot breasts, Heather, would you please come down here?
Excuse me. It was great.
Nothing wrong with the party, but there's got to be a little more after the bump, you know, so you feeling good? You want to be here?
Absolutely.
Oh. Dallas, will you stay here and rock my world?
You know it.
All right, girl. Will you stay here and rock my world? Awesome.
So Brandy's the last to stay, and Bret decides he's going to let the other girls down easy. Except, of course, there's another twist.
Ask for much forgiveness, and as I mature and experience, I've learned to try to forgive people and let them have a second chance. We are going to allow one more person to stay here. They've got no pass. They've got no bed. They're probably going to sleep in the bathtub at this point, maybe on the floor or one of the couches. Tiffany, you almost got in a fight with everyone in this place, and that's the truth. But I'd like you to come down here if you would. Come here.
Tiffany got eliminated and she came back, so I'm pretty sure that she sucked Big John's dick, but that's okay because that's what she does for a living, and I'm totally fine with that.
This is what I'm here to do. It's to find one true love.
How could Bret do this to us? He has to sentence us to living with this dumb-ass, crazy fucking girl. That's nuts. Why could he do this to us?
You got 2 strikes, so don't screw up again, okay?
Okay. Don't threaten me with a good time.
I think somewhere in there was a good person. She was just wasted. I've been there, you've been there, we've all been there. Plus, she was entertaining. To all the other girls, I just want to say this.
As you'll see over the course of the season, the supposedly cordial thing to do when you're kicked off Rock of Love, even at this early stage, is to give Bret a kiss when you leave, as a sign of respect. At the very least, you should probably give him a hug. If someone decides not to kiss or even hug Bret when they're booted off the show, they're dead to him.
You said you're cool about stuff. You got to get in here and give me a hug.
As far as I'm concerned, you can kiss my blue-eyed black butt. With a smile. Okay. Take care, man.
You got it.
In this world, Bret Michaels is God.
Bret seemed to have cats all the big boob, you know, stupid girls.
We just didn't get a chance to talk enough and connect. You know what I mean?
I got it. It's cool. I just guess he just doesn't like the smart ones.
You looked absolutely beautiful in the pictures and stuff. And
Bye, Bret. Good luck with everything.
Thank you. This is what I'm here to do. It's to find one true love. To everyone here in this house, thank you for being here with me. Are we ready to rock this house?
What do you say? Come on down.
And in spite of just how packed it is, that's the first episode of the show and doesn't come close to showcasing just how insane things will get over the course of this season of Rock of Love.
Get the fuck out of my face, and I'm being dead serious. Walk the fuck away from me now. Walk away.